My name is Janiyah Ryans, and as the Class of 2020 President, I have the privilege of opening our graduating ceremony for the Norview High School graduating class of 2020. At this time, the Norview High School NJROTC will present the color guard. Traditionally, the color guard that performs at graduation is from the graduating class for the next school year. This year's color guard consists of Christy Wesby, Malachi Randall, London Hall, and commanded by Andrew Cohen, all graduating in the class of 2021. The presentation of colors will be followed by our Norview High School senior chorus members led by Ms. Sarah Tillman, chorus director.
Preset. Colors. Ready. Cut.
As Senior Class President, it is my honor to introduce the Principal of Norview High School, Mr. Walter Brower, Jr. Mr. Brower has enjoyed a vibrant career in education, spending 21 years as a social studies teacher, coach, Norfolk Public Schools assistant principal, and principal. Since arriving at Norview High School, he has been a source of great support and motivation to the student body. Mr. Brower celebrated with us this year as our varsity boys basketball team became state co-champions. Under his leadership, Norview High School has been acknowledged by the Washington Post as one of America's most challenging schools for the third year in a row. This school year has been more than a challenge for the class of 2020, but if we needed anything, Mr. Brower was at the school each and every day to answer questions and encourage us to finish strong. It is my privilege to introduce our principal, Mr. Walter Brower, Jr.
Welcome to the virtual graduation ceremony for the Norview High School class of 2020. Please welcome our Superintendent, Dr. Sharon Birdsong, School Board Chairman, Dr. Noel Gabriel, Acting Deputy Superintendent of Academic Affairs, Dr. Michael Cataldo, Executive Director of Secondary Schools, Mr. John Coleman, and I would also like to recognize our school board members, Mr. Carlos Clanton, Ms. Tanya Bassine, Ms. Lauren Campson, Mr. Rodney Jordan, Ms. Adele Martin, and Ms. Christine Smith. Welcome. Under normal or ordinary circumstances, I would look out at the blue robes and reminisce about the wonderful memories of this past school year. These things would include senior projects, LCSE presentations, AP exams, college acceptance, scholarships, our state championship basketball team, the performing arts, Dawson Scholars, and NJROTC, to name a few. But there is nothing ordinary about today as we're using a virtual format to recognize your accomplishments. So I think back to your resilience this school year, and I have to say to the class of 2020, you are extraordinary. What you have accomplished and endured is truly extraordinary. Ladies and gentlemen, you have the potential to change the world. So rather than think of what wasn't or couldn't be, I challenge you to be an agent of change. Be a change in the college classroom. Be a change in the military. Be a change in the workplace. Just be a change. Continue to let the world see the leadership, innovation, literacy, and rigor that has made you a Norview High School graduate. In the words of former President Barack Obama, change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. Extraordinary class of 2020, be that change. Congratulations.
Greetings, honored guests, family, friends, school board members, faculty and staff, and to all of my fellow members of the class of 2020. My name is Christine Ligon, and as a member of the Senior Class Council, I have the honor of introducing our first student speaker, my friend, James Laughlin McClellan. Laughlin is one of the busiest and most goal-oriented members of the class of 2020. In freshman and sophomore years, Laughlin made great friends while playing goalkeeper for the Norview soccer team. Laughlin has one of those minds that doesn't stop. He won the Congressional App Challenge twice, and he continues to develop apps in his free time. Laughlin is an aspiring filmmaker and the owner of 757 Films, LLC. Using his talents, he placed in several national distracted driving video competitions, and this year he created a short documentary for C-SPAN addressing America's immigration problem. This film featured Norview students and their stories of immigrating to the United States. Laughlin is graduating from the Leadership Center for the Sciences and Engineering program and will be attending New York University's Tisch School of the Arts this fall to study film and TV. I am pleased to introduce my friend Laughlin McClellan.
Good evening, buenas tardes, and what's up, school board members, Dr. Birdsong, administrators, special guests, friends, families, teachers, and of course, the class of 2020. As Christine just stated, my name is Laughlin McClellan, and firstly, I would like to make a quick apology. Most of you might remember the distracted driving videos for which you were forced to vote by your teachers, and I guiltily admit that I was behind the creation of those videos. Second, up until the day that I signed the letter of intent for Norview, I had never intended on going there. I'm zoned for Maury, grew up going to private school, and all my friends were going to Granby IB. So I applied for LCSC just to have my options open, and after getting in, my mom forced me to shadow. But all it took was one day for me to realize that Norview was where I belonged, and I have no regrets since. But why are we here? Not why am I speaking to you, but why are we participating in a Norview High School virtual graduation ceremony? A lot of us, including myself, did not grow up thinking this is where 18 years of our lives would culminate. In fact, a lot of the students here today grew up never knowing if they would make it this far. I was fortunate enough to make good friends in our school's ESL community through the soccer team, and they've told me their stories of how hard it was to get here and of how much this education means to them. But we do little to recognize these students that have been through the greatest hardships, so this is for them. A los estudiantes que vinieron de miles de kilómetros de distancia, de toda la gente aquí, se merecen este diploma más. Y a los amigos que me he hecho, me enseñaron que se puede superar cualquier cosa. Y nunca hay un desafío demasiado grande. Te recordaré para siempre. I mean, our school's diversity is staggering. We have students that grew up in other countries, but we also have students that have lived across the street their entire lives. Every race, gender, and religion attends this school, making us the true Neapolitan ice cream of the Norfolk high school system. And never would I thought that I would end up in this position at a graduation in the Matrix. And I'm sure many of you feel the same, but regardless of where we came from, our paths have all intersected here in a Brady Bunch opening sequence. And though this is a time to celebrate those of us who are graduating, I think it is also important to remember those who are not. Lots of us know someone who was lost to gun violence, or someone who had to leave school or because their family's circumstances forced them to start working, someone who was lost in a car accident, or even someone who just couldn't take the stress of school anymore. 4 years ago, the class of 2020 was a lot bigger. We are the lucky ones. And there are infinite ways that life could play out, and we're lucky that ours have kept us on the path leading to this moment. But don't think of the ones we lost with remorse, but as a motivation to do something. We have the opportunity that they did not, and we cannot waste it. There are over 400 of us, so we better see over 400 news headlines, Heisman's trophies, Nobel Peace Prizes, Pulitzers, politicians, Netflix specials, you name it, we can do it. Already, we have classmates that are getting paid to go to MIT, gotten millions in scholarships, and we haven't even walked across we haven't even thrown our hats, we haven't even ended the Zoom call yet. And when we reach our potential and gain that level of success that all of us had the ability to achieve, we cannot forget where we came from. I hope everyone, in one way or another, gives back to your roots, this school, and our teachers. They are the reason we will get to where we want to be. Never let that leave your mind. When I was leaving Norview after my first day shadowing, Miss Arroyo, the chair of the Leadership Center, caught me on the stairs and said, "Laughlin, this is the place you have to be." She was right, and all of my teachers are behind my current and future success. So go out into the world. Don't worry. Be happy. Be somebody. This is not the end. This is just the beginning. Peace out, Norview.
Greetings, Dr. Birdsong, honored guests, family, friends, school board members, faculty and staff, and all of my fellow members of the class of 2020. My name is Trinity Bogue, and I would like to introduce our next student speaker, my best friend, Miles Noel. Throughout his entire high school career, Miles has been striving to learn as much as he could while making lifelong bonds with those around him. Miles has participated in a myriad of activities ranging from chamber orchestra, African American History Bowl, Scholastic Bowl, varsity tennis, Model UN, and Model Judiciary. He was also a member of the Strolling Silver Strings. During his summers, Miles participated in the NASA-sponsored programs Virginia Space Coast Scholars and Virginia Aerospace Science and Technology Scholars. He is a proud SCS Noonan Scholar, a Ron Brown Scholar, and a Jack Kent Cook Scholar. Miles is graduating from the Leadership Center for the Sciences and Engineering and will be going to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology to study chemistry. I would also like to add that Miles has earned not one, not two, but $3.5 million in scholarships. Please welcome one of the most sincere people I have ever met, our valedictorian, Miles Noel.
Hello, my name is Miles Noel. I don't necessarily know when this video would be viewed, so I can't say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, but rather welcome. Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to give a valedictory speech, so here I am. For those who may not know me, as I said before, I'm Miles Noel. You have known me as that kid who always had his hand up with a question, or that kid who always had lab goggles on, carrying chemicals in a cart down the hallway. Or maybe you don't know me at all. Nevertheless, I welcome you all. This is a big moment in our lives, and not an easy feat. So please take a moment to congratulate yourself and your classmates for making it to this point in time today. The class of 2020. For most of my life in school, I grew up knowing that our class would be special. 2020 just seems easier to say rather than 2019 or 2021. Not to mention that our class would bring in a new decade, the Roaring 20s Part 2. So I felt proud that I knew that I would be graduating in the class of 2020 because I knew that this year would be like no other. I just didn't know that we would be so special that school would close months earlier than June, classes would be online, and millions across the nation would have different graduation plans than they did at the beginning of the year. March 13th was just a regular day for me, as I'm sure it was for most of you. I went to school and did my work just like any other day. Usually, when I exited class, I say have a nice day, but this day was Friday, so I said have a nice weekend to every teacher. I did not know that that day would be the last time I would step into Norview, ever. A 2-week break turned into months out of school, months without being able to talk to my friends in person, months without being able to play my instrument in class, months without saying have a nice weekend to my teachers. Instead, what I planned to be the last few months of school left, filled with celebration for the hard work we had done these past 12 years, turned into a global pandemic. To be honest, I felt hurt, like someone physically tore something from my hands. We were nearing the finish line, and it's like someone took the ribbon and ripped it to pieces. We were robbed of so many memories that we were entitled to experience. We were robbed of seeing our basketball team play in the state championship. We were robbed of our senior prom. And most importantly, we were robbed of physically being with our friends and family, celebrating our accomplishments as we walked across the stage. That is what was stolen from us. And the worst thing about this situation is that some days it feels like there's nothing I can do to take back what is mine. I feel hopeless knowing that my earned right to these memories were snatched away from me in an instant. But these memories were stolen from millions, maybe billions of other kids across the world. In some way, shape, or form, there are millions of kids going through something similar to us right now. This fact gives me some solace because I know that I am not alone in this struggle. Students across the globe are going through one of the hardest tests they've experienced in high school, yet we weren't given the study materials. But we will come out stronger. Right now, we are being groomed to be the strongest generation this earth has seen in a long time. So it's up to us to get through this, to use our newfound strength. This will end, whether it be tomorrow or next week, or in a month or a year. We will get out of this. 2020 most certainly did not turn out to be the year we planned on it being. To be honest, it's kind of sucked so far. But we have the ability to not let what's happened so far deter us from making 2020 our year again. We've already begun to take back what was ours by having this ceremony. It may not be what we all imagine, but it's a start. So class of 2020, I implore you to, from this day on, take back what is yours. To not let these hardships knock you down. Show resilience and strength in the face of these times. Eventually, we will be able to say, like President Barack Obama once said, we proved that we are still a people capable of doing big things and tackling our biggest challenges. This is our big challenge. With that Obama plug, I would like to end with a thank you to Mr. Brower, the faculty and staff of Norview High School, all of my past and present teachers, and most importantly, the class of 2020. Thank you all, and I wish you great health.
It is with great pleasure that I announce this year's Scholarship Award total. The students of Norview High School, class of 2020, have earned a total of $22,514,293. Congratulations. Let's give them all a big round of applause for their hard work. Thank you.
At this time, we will begin awarding diplomas.
Anna Elise Adams. Erica Patilio Agabito. Valerie May Aguialdo. Haran Musa Haki II. Mazel Antonio Amaya Cervantes. Gerald Stanley Anthony Jr. Kwamel Nakaja Anthony. Cassie Marie Arbor. Shamari Kyleel Armstrong. Ashlyn Madison Arney. Leona May James Arney. Jacob Paul Arsenault. Stephen Ray Atkins. Alexander Kenneth Axton. Dana Catherine Baker. Carlos Sean Barahana. Patience Capri Barber. Maverick Andrew Beard. Quiera B. Beckett. Angel Michelle Bell. Endure Ikendayo Beneka Coker. Jamal Rashad Bennett Jr. Ciasia Chanel Burnett. Cortasia Chantel Burnett. Lisby Josani Barrios. Empariste Lanai Billups. Ashley Denise Black. Trinity Lorraine Blackwell. Lovely Brianna Janae Blake. Jamisha Lashaya Bland. Michaela Chanel Bledgen. Jaden Elijah Blunt. Jaquan Zakaria Blue. Trinity Cheyenne Bogue. Nedrick Narciso Balafango. Nicholas Keegan Bulliard. Hector Emilio Bonilia Manzano. Fa Alianoano Mary Jean Book. Tonisha Sade Booker. Michael Christopher Bowman. Maria Lakia Boykins. Rosario Javon Bradford. John Bradley. Erica Antone Brandon. Kelvin Darnell Braxton Jr. Clarence Saquon Briley. Diamond Jonay Britt. Jaylena Divine Brown. Reagan Grace Brown. Kinasia Tayana Brown Snowden. Jaden Earl Breyer. Kelly Lynn Bryla. Ariana Lynn Burke. Deshawn Zaquis Demond Burston. Infinity M. Butler, Shamar Marquis Bynum, Michael Robert Floyd, Selena Estefany Campos, Ade Biko Caples, Crystal Elizabeth Carr, Carlos Joel Carrasco, Joshua Carter, Angel Celestine Kaysen, Catherine Ponio Kasupanan, Kenneth Ponio Kasupanan, Haley Elizabeth Caswell, Amaji Jaquil Charles, Brittany Amani Clark, Darion Rondell Clark, Jason Alexander Cuffey, Kimanya Rayon Coleman, Alicia Najee Collins, Tavon Jaheim Collins, Zachary Allen Cook, Jakia J. Cooper, Kyle Anthony Cooper, Marlene Giselle Narciso Cordova, Lily Victoria Costa Wimhoff, Fabian Eugene Cowell Jr., Samaje Elias Craddock, Jada Monet Crandall, Philip McKinley Crawley, Jocelyn Elise Crespo, Dawson Thomas Crump, Nyerka Joanlis Kobe Montez, Kai Grace Cumberbatch Smith, Jacob Lee Cuthrell, Isabella Juliet Daly, Jordan Simone Daniels, Haley Deline Davidson, Dion Antoine Davis Jr., Raina Simone Davis, Tanner Bree DeHaven, Dasani Antonella Dela Cruz, Colby Odyssey DeLu, Hannah Dawn Despligler, Malaya Nicole Dew, Kylie Lynn Donald, Gabrielle Keeler Douglas Jr., Anaya Tamadong Edwards, Tayana Marie Edwards, Deja P. Ely,
Jace Calvin Elliott, Nakaya Deasia Epps, Deshae Bria Exum Williams, Miley Ann Ling Fagan, Julia Lee Federico, Samaya Lynette Finner, William Anthony Flashbart, Alexander Eugene Fleetwood, India Lachey Flythe, Anthony Reeves Federia, Osiris Landris Ford, Ameka Sahida Forche, Dekaya Barbara Elise Franklin. Tahim Jamel Franklin. Los Angeles Frias. Carlos Manuel Gallardo Hurtado. Angie Darelia Garcia. Takira Kendra Gary. Lyric Elizabeth Jeter. Jada Amarie Giddings. Landon Blake Gillespie. Kaliat Jalexi Gilmore. Taylor Ann Goez. Yvonne Jespeth Gomez. Marvin Alexander Gomez Serrano. Jocelyn Gomez Ortiz. Ilani Abigail Gomez Velasquez. Madeline Renee Gonzalez. Oscar Alonzo Gonzalez Jr. Priscilla Charlene Gonzalez. Nicholas Robert Goodnow. Kelvin Jermaine Goodwin Jr. Sean Patrick Gray. Kyrie Jamonte Green. Takeon James Griggs. Kyle Robert Grozart. Jason Howard Gross. Kelvin Jesus Guerrero Leon. Janaya Denise Gilio. Kayla Renee Gurley. Donnie Stevens Mahia Gutierrez. Anthony Jose Guzman. Maybelly Julissa Guzman Cruz. Douglas Maurice Hackey. Daniel Deshawn Hairston. Kenneth Stephen Hall. Privio Divino Hancock. Amari Laree Hankins. Christian Odonis Harrison. Mayshawn Jean Harrison. Jarrell Ivory Hatcher. Jatavion Marquez Hawkins. Caitlin Marie Healy. Shernell Tiffany Divine Henderson. Miguel Angel Jarequez Canatero. Savannah Francis Kathleen Hensey. Jasmine Matris Hernandez. Jerlisa Lene Hicks. Anaya Marie Hill. John Eric Lee Hines. Caitlin Rose Hickson. Serena Lynn Hocker. Destiny Nicole Holly. Malaysia Nicole Holloman. Jade Adriana Holmes. Savannah Ray Holt. Chanel Gisela Horton. Camila Aaliyah Hospitalis. Ashlyn Marie Houston. Jacob Thomas Hunsucker. Samantha Joe Hurd. Antonio Vondale Jackson Jr. Brandon Clay Jackson Jr. Jasani Mogai Jackson Denal, Christina Rose Jarvis, Isaiah Marvin Lee Jefferson, Asan Quante Johnson, Anaya Quinique Johnson, Dale Evan Johnson, India Brianne Johnson, Jamon Diante Johnson, Kayla LaShawn Johnson, Kendall Tavon Johnson, Kaim Dasan Johnson, Kiera Angel Johnson, Robert Andrew Johnson, Tanaya Chanel Johnson, Taylor Nicole Johnson, Tiani Chanel Johnson, Tracy Andre Johnson, Ashanti Trinity Jones, Brianna Lachey Jones, Dejan Nike Jones, Jalen Maurice Jones, Jarice Santuan Jones, Ryan Deshaun Jones Jr., Tanila Riel Jones, Deshaun Marquise Jones Belcher, Shamira Latavia Jordan, Kaylani Alexis Kanagi Biller, Kendon Joel Allen Keeler, Jaru Lamar Kemp,
Messiah Sandra King, Adonis Sincere Kirby, Christopher Charles Kodilinen, Christian Matthew Culloch, Carly Woodson Labarge, John Tilford Lacey III, Kyle Austin Langford, Makai Trevon Lawton, Jade Alexandra Lecklider, Shekinah Denise Lee, Miracle Marie Lee Brown, Christine Ligon, Asia Simone Lindsay, Serena Nicole Littlejohn, Adoria Tiffany Tashana Looper, Paola Michelle Lopez, Kenneth Joseph Lynch, Dion Destiny Mack, Jamal Deshaun Madison, Kavo Hinani Aloha Makua, Leah Carmen Matananon, Recall Jeff Iverson Mariano, Ricarla Cecil Mariano, Cameron Danielle Martin, Thomas Winston Martin, Quandres Del Marco Rashawn Mason, Nicholas John Mastracco, Cheyenne S. Matamoro, Zyshawn Nazier Matthews, Brianna Nicole Malden, Benjamin Jamon Maxwell, Dylan Patrick McCavitt, Rasheen Jahi McLean, James Laughlin McClellan, Sierra Felicia McCoy, Ryan Kenneth McDowell, Brianne Kirsten McFarland, Kyra Lee McLaughlin, Elise Cosette McPhee, Miguel Angel Miguel Gallo, Natalie Yamali Mexicano Ortez, Ruth Del Carmen Mexicano Ortez, Ezekiel Deshaun Miles, Aljum Mirador, Gloria Elizabeth Mitnall, Jaleesa Denise Mizell, Erin Joy Mojica, Johanna Veronica Morales, Taylor Nicole Morris, Harmony Lee Morrison, Trinity Marie Morse, Anique Michaela Roth Mortley, Janaya Zanae Mullen, Kwali Simeon Mullen Williams, Mary Patricia Antolin Mutia, Keyshawn Andre Myers, Pamela Melody Naaman, Kiyomi Lee Negron Martinez, Darby Elise Neal, Hin Nok Win, Rachel Nicole Neeson, Michael Lambert Nixon, Miles Ian Noel, Quante Marquez Norman, Perla Giselle Nunez Santos, Alabisi Jessica Ogumbo, Chase Daniel Euler, Esther Abigail Oliva, Jacqueline Lynn Ortiz, Kaya Armani Pear, Limani Morgan Parker, Kayla Dawn Parkins, William Charles Pascal II, Kylie Ray Pasley, Andre Stephen Pawpaw, Emma Marie Pyatt, Lisbeth Angelica Paz, Kamaya Shanique Pierce, Narissa Simone Penn, Cillian Lizette Perez, Carlos Oveb Perez Ayala, Man Ray Anthony Perry, Rhiannon Elizabeth Peters, Sincere Marquise Pettis, Yui Song Duck Pham, Michael Sean Pfeiffer Jr., Arlene Nohelia Pineda, Tiana Rachel Pope, Angelica Nietes Porter, Rayshawn Jarrell Porter, Jawan Avante Pointer, Judas Keyshawn Price, Dana Joalo Ramirez Castaneda, Angelique Micah Mina Ramos, Jondell Jerron Ramos, Krishan Kai Reeves Burton, Timothy James Reed, Chanel Aaliyah Richard. Jadnasia Shayana Rubottom. Shayasia Ayana Rubottom. Brianna Sherelle Richardson. Jayla Marie Ricks.
Jari Trayon Ricks. Brianna Melina Ricks. Diamond Danielle Robinson. Taraz Lamon Robinson. Diana Esmeraldo Rodriguez Calderon. Christopher Kevin Roman. Alani Laureen Rory. Kenneth Rosario Sanchez. Jessica Lynn Rowe. Rigoberto Lobo Ruiz. Sarah Grace Russian. Janaya Chanel Ryans. Nia Davine Salway. Aniston Reese Sancho. Jade Hart Santana. Timothy Sean Santos. Nathan Lee Saunders. Kanaya Michelle Scales. Yosef Tikoa Seals Jr. Arlie Jane Seaton. Kevin Maurice Sellers Jr. Christopher Isaac Serrano. Johnny Josue Serrano Rivera. Kelsey Jordan Seymour. Tanea Maya Sharp. Asher Eugene Simpson. Rodell Tulio Sison Jr. Duran Small. Jayla Simone Smallwood. Alasia Renee Smith. Anthony Keith Smith. Caitlin Matthias Smith. Janice Monique Smith. Justin Michael Smith. Tara Joyce Divine Smith. Tia Marie Smith. Faith Elizabeth Soblotny. Grace Eloise St. Germain. Salim Rahiman Stevens. Josiah Jamal Stevenson. Tess Lene Stewart. Dynasty Ashanti Stowe. John Michael Stewart Jr. Norberto Serwazo. Sandora Monet Sumner. Chase Alexander Tabor. Giovanna Isabella Tanner. Janfer Tapia. Cameron Anthony Taylor. Kaimani Zakai A. Taylor. Brianna Divine Teasley. Jerry James Correa Taniza Jr. Amani Michelle Terrell. Hannah May Fevera Peruma. Jessica Renee Thomas. Logan Alexander Thomas. Brianna Keziah Amani Thornton. Edith Trejo. Tydeja Simone Trowell. Bowden Patrick Tubbs. India Janae Turner. Javon Iman Turner. Elijah Antonio Tynes Freeman. Michelle Lynn Uransky. Brendan Sawyer Vacon. Jesus Alejandro Vaquera. Alana Leah Vasquez. Aberlay Vasquez Guevara. Royven Verde Zalea. Adrian Victoria. Joelle Valles Villaflor. Latasia Monique Wade. Jamai Lael Walker. Jalen Dominique Walker. Nyana Lauren Walker. Linda Riley Walton. Austin Joseph Watson. Daniel Travis Waters. Zaira Azurque Watts Mazik. Alyssa Renee Wayland. Javia Joyce Ann West. Danea Irona White. Azaria Felicia Whitehurst. April Starr Willard. Cameron Shamaria Williams. Kenquise Dwight Williams. King Shamar Williams. Jacob Nathaniel Willis. Cody Michael Wilson. Deshaun Malik Wilson. Ebony Patricia Wilson. Samad Malik Wilson. Davion Corianta Winder. Dejanique Nakisha Winston. Leah Orani Wiswell. Jonathan Zion Wyatt. Shania Jashay White. Cameron Terrell Winderhill. Jalen Shylin Yarrington. Leslie Zhang. Ivan Zhang.
At this time, would the Norview High School class of 2020 please stand? As principal of Norview High School, I certify that these candidates have met all the requirements and guidelines outlined by the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Principal Brower, members of the Norview High School administration, faculty and staff, family and friends, but most importantly, the class of 2020, greetings. Today is truly a historic and wonderful day. We all know that had life continued as normal, there would be happy cheers rocking the Chartway Arena right now. However, we are ready to celebrate you at home with your families, who I know are so excited to honor your wonderful achievement of graduating from high school. I hope you are feeling a real sense of pride today, despite the circumstances. You have finished one journey and are now poised for that next one, be it college, the workforce, the military, or another exciting endeavor. Understandably, you may feel somewhat cheated. Your opportunity to walk across a stage to receive your diploma after 13 years of hard work appears to have been taken from you. But here's the truth. I don't believe that you really know and understand just how special you are. At no time in our history has a graduating class received such an outpouring of love and respect. Social media has been full of congratulatory salutes. Celebrities have stepped forward to speak to you about how important you are at this critical time in the world's history. To many, you represent our deepest, most profound hope for the future. There is more than a little irony that this should happen to the class of 2020. As we all know, 2020 is the standard for perfect vision. The beauty of our situation is that it will be the ingenuity and commitment of visionary people who are looking beyond returning us to normal and instead are intent on creating a different kind of world. A world where access to healthcare services is not confined largely to people who can afford it. A world where justice prevails over self-interest. A world built on respect for individuals rather than positions in life. After all, don't you find it significant that those people who were deemed essential were not only the heroic healthcare workers and public safety officials who risk their lives daily for us, but also those individuals who deep clean our buildings, serve us food, and stock our groceries? In her commencement speech to the graduating class of Tennessee State University, Oprah Winfrey described the class of 2020 as the chosen class, chosen for such a time as this. Yes, you are the class, chosen to turn disappointment into determination. You are the class that epitomizes resiliency. I know there are many, many stories of resiliency at Norview High School, but let me share one example from your graduating class. Donnie Gutierrez came to America from Honduras when he was 10 years old. He didn't speak English and was truly a stranger in a strange land. Yet Donnie didn't look backward with longing for the familiar. Instead, he looked forward and found opportunities. Today, Donnie is graduating on time, is a member of the soccer team, and is an award-winning member of the NJROTC at Norview High School. He hasn't forgotten what it's like to be in a new country, so he often volunteers to assist with translating for the school when Spanish-speaking students enroll so that these students immediately feel a sense of belonging. Principal Brower tells me that Donnie is not only outgoing, responsible, and dependable, but he's always smiling. Donnie's dream to serve our country through the military service will become a reality soon. Like Donnie, all of you can, and I believe will, take the lessons learned from the unfamiliar and move forward with purpose. You have watched the world come together to feed the hungry, heal the sick, and educate those who could no longer walk through the doors of a school building. You have witnessed the real definition of an essential service, an unselfish commitment to the welfare of other human beings. Remember that the saying, "we're all in this together," is not just a hashtag, but today's world anthem. Carry that knowledge into your new endeavors in a way that no other graduating class has done before you. Commit to setting the stage for a new future, one in which you personally commit to advancing justice, equity, and dignity for everyone in this world of ours. Because ultimately, love and kindness are truly the most essential services of all. I now proudly accept Norview High School's graduating class of 2020. And by virtue of the authority invested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the School Board of the City of Norfolk, with all the rights, honors, and privileges thereto pertaining, I hereby declare this class of 2020 graduates of Norfolk Public Schools. Congratulations and best wishes.
Graduates, please remain standing as we move our tassels from right to left, signifying that you are a high school graduate. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Norview High School class of 2020. Congratulations.